warrior.
Everybody just a sweet talk, but they don't like to conquer. They like to chop, and they don't want to walk. If you like making minimize, or you like to maximize, I like to analyze. If you like make you compromise, so monkey they walk up, I put the chop. Life is no balance at all. All fingers are not equal. Life in no balance. Oh yeah, make we check and balance. As we jolly they dance, many people they for our plans. This life in no balance. We the hustle they find balance. Some people sit down for house, they walk on to the yana akpata. Oh no, some seafood chop. Oh no, many no seafood chop. Oh no, someday for the top. Oh no, many people they fall street, they talk. Monkey they walk up, I put the chop. Life is no balance at all. All fingers are not equal. Monkey they walk up, I put the chop. Life is no balance at all. All fingers are not equal.
In early hours of today.
Oh no, some seafood chop. Oh no, many no seafood chop.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. This is Mazezoke speaking to us today, being the Tuesday, the 24th of August, 2021. If you can hear me loud and clear, as usual, I would love to know where you are watching me from. I am still the dotted man, the best dotted man on the planet, unapologetically so, because the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says that I am dotted, and I say to myself, yes, I am unapologetically dotted. The third man, on your dot, he who doesn't like my dottedness. Like I keep saying, you can go to Asokoro, where they have constant electricity, and look for a transformer that is not fenced, and go and dot yourself there. Today, we are going to look at a couple of things. Like I keep saying to us, Nigeria is a crime scene. You know, every day you wake up, you think things are getting better or going to get better. But I can tell us unequivocally here that things would never, as it appears, get better unless something fundamentally is done with the whole system. Something. When I say it, I mean it, something fundamentally is wrong with us. So before we kickstart this evening, I will say good evening once more, wherever you're watching me from. I am still the dotted man, Mazi Ezoke, and you are onto Njenje Media TV, where we explore the truth behind the headlines. Of course, every day you read newspapers. Every day you read opinions, analysis. But what we do here is to take those paper articles, those things you've read, we sum it up here, and we explore them, we pieces them, take them up, bring them down, look in between in order to find that hidden statement, the body languages. Here, we analyze everything. Again, I am grateful that you found the time to join me this evening. We are live on various social media handles. I know some of you are watching me from Twitter, some of you also from Facebook, and some of you on YouTube simultaneously. Technology makes it possible, and I do not take your time, your energy, your dedication to this platform. I do not take that for granted. Before I do, pardon me to use 30 seconds to give shout out to those who are constantly on this platform. Many of you in the diaspora, may I know, please, where you're watching me from? We are just starting and we're already over 100 across social media platforms. Please, may I know where you're watching me from? I have Ken Lord Namadim. Okay, good evening from the Netherlands. As the Brift, Grotsnaft. I just try to speak as many languages as I can. I love Netherlands as well. Very small, tiny, well, well organized country. I was once in the city of Maastricht when I went to the University of Maastricht. I was once riding my bike. There are one way. In our African sense, I took my Nigerian mentality abroad. The sign clearly says one way. I thought one way meant for people with bike, motor cars, and all the rest. And I was actually riding one way, and the police stopped me. But I was given a fine of 25 euros. Can you imagine that? 25 fine of 25 euros. But I wouldn't tell you how I got out of that. Eventually, I didn't pay no money. But it's good. Oh, well done, everyone. We are increasing over 150 now. Now I can see many of you from the Netherlands, from Kanu, from Dubai, from India, from South Africa, Durban. Whoa, I haven't been to Durban, I must say. I've been to so many cities, but I haven't been to Durban. From United Kingdom, we're in the United Kingdom, Mark 100. Obi Oprum, watching from London. From Germany, Cologne. Wow. Na, Peter, Emeka Peters, wie geht's dir? Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut, ne? Again, like I said, from Kano, from the Netherlands, from Amsterdam. Ooh, Amsterdam, you guys are the weeders. You know what I mean by that? I don't do it as a dotted man, because I am also not only a dotted man, I am Onyebo, the ancient one. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you never know. So, people, let us start, because Nigeria, like I told us, oh my God, from Quebec, that is Canada, Quebec, from Belgium. Whoa, Belgium is one other good city, but again, I do not like the historical stuff that the Belgish people did. Some silly stuff that they did to my ancestors in Congo. Because you have to know that when I say ancestors in my worldview is a collective. We are one, irrespective of country, irrespective of imperialistic demarcations. Africa remains one. I wish that day will come when we will all realize this and work towards liberation of the motherland, which is Africa. On that note, I would beg you to join me this evening to explore something Okokobioko that happened in Nigeria today. Bandits. Waka jejeli, early hours of today, went in where? Not to Maz's house, not to your house, not as usual, to schools where they go. Today, bandits went to, guess where? I want us to guess. The bandits went to Nigeria Defense Academy, where they train those that defend us. The academy where we train the most hardened soldiers that we send to the world. They went there to do what? To kidnap them. I'm not kidding you. They killed some soldiers and kidnapped some. Inside Defense Academy is more than barrack, if you don't know. Inside Defense Academy Kaduna is the Odudubariba of all military trainings. Every trainable is there. Soldiers, bandits, ragtags. Jesus Christ. If those in Aso in the Rock are not panicking by now, then something must be wrong with them. You see, the worst part is, it's just like one woman. A car knocked the husband down. A vehicle, not a car, a vehicle knocked the husband down, and the husband died. And the woman was shouting, crying. And at some point, people were saying, madam, we've come for condolence now. Why are you crying this way? He said, I am crying not because of that a vehicle killed my husband. No. But the type of vehicle that killed my husband, that's why. Not that Cameroon invaded us and invaded NDA. Not that Egypt invaded Nigeria. No, ragtag army of bunch of illiterates, people who can't even wash themselves once or twice in a week, invaded Nigeria Defense Academy, NDA. A pride where people, when Nigeria was Nigeria, now Nigeria is a photostat, not even a photocopy, a photostat. There is a difference between photostat and photocopy. When Nigeria was original, a pride. Now, ragtag armies, ragtag, ill-trained, equipped, will just invade the heartbeat of your security apparatchik, abduct soldiers, killed some, to add salt to injury. They called a couple of hours ago now, said, we are demanding 200 million to have these soldiers released. Pause for a moment. Think about this. Replace Kaduna with Owerri. Do it mentally. Replace Kaduna with Owerri. Imagine for a second, while I do abhor every manner of violence, be it in Owerri, be it in Ibadan, be it in Kaduna, be it in Zamfara, very, very condemnable. Act of terrorism, that's what it is. But for us to picture something that is happening, imagine for 1 second, this happened in Owerri. I want your imagination to run wide. What do you think by now, 8 hours later, 10 hours later, what will be happening in Owerri? Awilo Logumba. Awilo Logumba would have been singing with gunships. You'll be hearing different songs. That's what you'll be hearing by now. Imagine for 1 second, they say, well, we did nothing. You were called the dotted one, called the Biafran boys, spare parts dealers. Imagine for once, growing up, there are times my mom will slap you in advance, by something you can think. She knows you're thinking about it. She just give you back slap. Imagine for once. Maybe as I'm even said it now, who knows? Before I finish, my friend, somebody, you know them, the people that are happiness more, they can jump my fence. But it is indeed a sad thing. Listen to this report, and you understand more what I say, that we are in deep mess.
In the early hours of today, heavily armed bandits invaded the permanent location of Nigeria's premier defense training institution, the Nigerian Defense Academy in the northwestern state of Kaduna. 2 officers are reported to be killed as a result of that attack.
Did you hear that? 2 officers were reported to have been killed as a result of that attack. 2 officers. These are not 2 goats. 2 officers.
with another officer taken away by the attackers.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Defense Academy has confirmed the early morning attack on its men and facilities. In a statement, the Academy reads, "The security architecture of the Nigerian Defense Academy was compromised early this morning by unknown gunmen who gained access into the residential area within the Academy of Afaka. During the unfortunate incident, we lost 2 personnel and 1 was abducted. The Academy, in collaboration with the 1st Division Nigerian Army and Air Training Command, as well as other security agencies in Kaduna State, has since commenced pursuit of the unknown gunmen within the general area with a view to tracking them and rescuing the abducted personnel. The NDA community and cadets are safe in the Academy. We assure the general public that this unknown gunmen, these, would soon be apprehended and the abducted personnel rescued."
Unknown gunmen will be dealt with. But they are demanding 200. You are dealing with them. They are demanding 200. You know, earlier today, I'll go and find it. Earlier today, Sheikh Husani said something, and as if I knew. I didn't even read about this at this point. That when he made that tweet in the morning. But let this continue. I'll go and look for it. And
Let's cross live now to Kaduna, where Arise correspondent Nisi Gabriel joins us to fill in what we don't know. Nisi, good to have you join us and enlighten us. What exactly happened and what's the latest?
Well, good to speak to you, Ekene. Well, the latest is what you just said. The NDA, the Nigeria Defense Academy, has acknowledged that indeed their security architecture was early today. We get that these bandits in their large numbers invaded the NDA premises and they were able to abduct an officer, and 2 were actually killed and 1 sustained injury. Well, right now I'm on the road. I'm about 30 minutes away from Afaka where this unfortunate incident happened. And just before I came on air, I could see hovering around the sky military fighter jet trying to patrol within the town to actually see for themselves or search for these bandits in a bid to actually rescue these officers. So what we know for now is that massive military operation is ongoing. We also know that the premises within and around the Nigeria Defense Academy is fully guarded, armed to the teeth, and we know that military officers of the 1D also with Air Force officers are patrolling around Kaduna, searching for these bandits so that they can't move away with this abducted officer. So that's what we know for now.
Thank you, Nisi. It seems like all hands are on deck for everyone to figure out what's going on right now. But it says a large number of bandits entered. Do you know exactly how many?
Large number of bandits, the elite place of training, Nigeria Defense Academy. They will come in large number. Now, they are no longer going in an isolated village like Chibok. They are no longer going in the deep places. They now come, they no longer come in the GRAs of cities. They now go where people, the place where we've given them the best of AKs, the ones that they put, holy oil, anointed oil in the cartridges, where we will store the best of ammunitions. And this racked, like I was telling us the story at the beginning, the woman that was crying that a vehicle knocked her husband down and the husband died is not crying because of the vehicle. She said, it is the type of vehicle which is the vehicle used in collecting shit. It is normally like a tanker. That is why she's angry. And that's why she's pained. Now, Nigeria is we are not only being humiliated that that these soldiers were killed and abducted from the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. No, that these guys have the effrontery to demand 200 million naira. today.
Can you guesstimate what a large number is, what we're dealing with?
Well, I can't confirm for now how many those bandits were, but what we know, going by the way the bandits attack, if they are invading a place or to attack a place, they normally come in large numbers. Recall when they attacked Kaduna, Emirates, it was also gathered that they came in their numbers, over 200 of them. So that gives us a sense or a feel of how many bandits, the numbers of bandits that would have invaded the Nigeria Defense Academy. Because for them to go to that kind of facility, most definitely they would be in their numbers.
Nisi, could you just give us an understanding of what they were targeting? I know they took away a couple of people.
Sorry, you can see how confused the reporters are. Everyone is confused because, I mean, they're trying to get, like, how many are there? Like, I pitied the reporter because at some point I felt like, wow, they're asking this guy as if he followed them inside. Because everyone is just like, I do not blame any one of them because it's an absurdity to even think of it. People, do you know what it means? You know what it means? Listen, I will not be surprised. We wake up one day and we hear we are now negotiating with bandits to release somebody they abducted from the assault in the rock. I don't know where the assault in the rock, but that's what I'm thinking now. It can come to a time we will wake up and say, bandits said we will pay every Nigeria, contribute 5 naira. We need to rescue somebody they have abducted from the assault in the rock. And we have to contribute 5 naira. Know that I would, that is the last type of money I would ever contribute because they say, whoever you hold as customer, nothing concern me.
People, but were they looking for arms? Why would they come to a defense academy? It seems like a break from the norm.
Sorry, can you repeat your question again?
What was their objective? Why would they come to a defense academy? It would seem to be a break from the norm, a departure.
Well, that's a very good question, Ekene. Well, I, for one, I wouldn't know what the objective was, but to actually say that to actually say that the motive of these bandits for now is unknown. But we know that these bandits, they are daring, and for them to attack the Nigeria Defense Academy or to invade or to attempt to try to attack that facility, it actually shows how daring these bandits can be. And it's quite unfortunate that they can attack such a facility like that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. Do stay safe, and we look forward to hearing more updates from you.
So you hear that now. So it's no longer hearsay. It means many people are saying, I hope some of you, someone said my voice is crackling. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me very loud and clear? Can you hear me? What's in it say part today is not very good. When it telling me it don't go past Tony, it don't go past Sakoto, it don't go past Kaduna. Nigeria ni ya mutu ya shege kawai. It don't kidnap somebody. It appear when it telling me I appear. Where reason they appear that you want, you go look me for up one day. You go look me for inside somewhere for Asa in the rack. I go tell me, say, to, Mazi, make it bring me for 15 years. They contribute to me for money. You want to go make it a go, make me for bandit. Make it a release me for somebody. Hey, if it happening, you not go talk to me, you not go tell me anything. Are they telling me? Mutekawai, and they tell me, Gaskia, if they tell me that one, what I will do me like this, I will wave her like for Niger Delta.
On the hour from Niger Delta Broadcasting Service. My name is Andrew Uweri Okere Ajapasa. Yesterday, some angry Warri Jaguda boys carried dangerous weapons like a cutlass, iron pole. I went down to the Uborikoko oil facility. When they reached there, the security people vanished into the bush like willy.
You see, the security people, exactly what happened. You see, I was playing this thing for so long. I didn't know that bandits were getting inspiration from Niger Delta. I didn't know. But today, we now know. When some angry youth from bandit, from inside the somewhere. Well, this is something very scary, people. I got to tell you this. Now, when these guys listen to this clip I just played, and they went inside there, and everybody in the Defense Academy will Nigeria. We don't enter one chance. So it is possible that to wake up one day, Nigeria will willy. And they will be looking for Nigeria with a kite. But yesterday, before it go house, before it go sleep, I live in Nigeria for here. But today, it don't come. You never say Nigeria, ni? Now they have the infantry. Let me pull up the news before DSS jumps my fence, because I do not engage in something I haven't confirmed. But initially, when I read the story of, demanding 200 million, I thought like, nah, I mean, that's like a joke taken too far. But hey, I'm not kidding you. Freaking 200 million. You know what it means? Now, the thing and the challenge here is that sometimes I think, what is actually wrong with us? No one, you might probably begin to see people talk about, okay, how do we pay 200 million? And no one is talking about someone lost their life in that senseless, because it remains senseless to me. Senseless. Someone lost their life. A father is dead. Someone lost an uncle. Someone lost someone. And that's it. Just like that. And we might see where we will be, maybe, okay, it's not 200, is whatever. Let me quickly share my screen, please. And again, I would my own is to analyze, like I said at the beginning, what we do here is to explore the truth behind the headlines, because every day people read headlines. Well, our job here is to break it down for everyone to understand. If you think you are safe, if the safest place you can consider, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, someone ever told you that you wake up and you hear that Nigeria Defense Academy was invaded by ragtag idiots, by non-entities, by cucumbers and carrots, would you ever believe that? But here, it is happening in the words of Chief Zebudayo Korigwe. He will say it is happening in our own very before. This is happening in our own very before. I want to make this so that you can read. You can read with me and see, according to Chief Zebudayo Korigwe again, to see what I saw. See, here, I start. The terrorist who abducted Major Stephen Danton from the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, Afaka, Kaduna, on Tuesday today have contacted the authorities to demand 200 million ransom. FIJ can report. FIJ at the top is Foundation for Investigative Journalism. Around 1 a.m. today, a contingent nothing man no go here for Nigeria. So bandits don't get contingent. A contingent of bandits pulled up on motorbikes. People on motorbikes will come. People, Nigerians, if you're not getting anyway, I don't know. But this thing should actually get anyone with sense. This rubbish should actually get you angry. Now we refer to them as contingent of whatever. They will pull up to do what? They'll just pull up. Can you imagine that? Contingent. So it has gotten to the point where now we now refer these guys as contingent. Contingent of bandits pulled up on motorbikes, invading the army barracks to kill 2 soldiers identified as Lieutenant Commodore Wula and Fighting Lieutenant Neziano Onyibo, for Christ's sake, Okoronkwo. You see, Wula and Okoronkwo. They also abducted Major Datun. They gathered their gunmen, blah, blah, blah. Now, look, these guys here, they have called to ask for 200 million to free Major General, to free the Major. The source also said that the attack was ridiculous. They came, teased us, and left. Even the helicopter hovering in the bush could not track. They are. You see that one? That one actually cracked me up. You said the helicopter hovering around cannot. No, helicopters can only discover things in Olu or maybe in Ihiala. How can helicopter discover something in Kaduna? Eh? Before somebody begin to accuse me. I know you cannot accuse me, please. Eh? You cannot accuse me of anything, because at the end of the day, it's jeez. Okay, let's just assume maybe our soldiers were sleeping. Maybe our soldiers, the Nigerian soldiers, were sleeping. After all, they are human; they should sleep, and they were sleeping. Bandits, ragtag bandits. Somebody said I should stop calling them ragtag bandits. No, I should call them well-trained, uniformed bandits, paid bandits. They are delivering paid services, right? That's what they are. They remain a bunch of ragtag people that don't even take their bath. It's just because Nigeria has gone to the dogs. If not, it should provoke. Anyway, let me not say provoke the president, because I don't want to make another T-shirt, because if you someone on Twitter said, hey, why is the president not talking? Why is he not talking? I said, we haven't finished the last time he spoke, or the last time he spoke. We haven't finished the fallout, and you want him to speak again? Please let us finish the one he created before. A contingent of bandits. Nothing Ebuka no go see for Mbuko Obosi. Nothing Musa go see for eh? Nothing where Mame Yabo no go see for Agbo way they carry for head. Eh? Ragtag army. Listen, this morning, I'll show us this. I'll quickly bring this on the screen. This morning, Senator Shehu Sani tweeted the following. Look, let me show us. This is what Senator Shehu Sani tweeted. I hope we can see this. So Senator Shehu Sani tweeted, the bandits who kidnap, kill in the north and extorted billions in ransom remains poor, wretched, and appear famished whenever arrested. Until the government gets the hidden lords who ultimately collect the money and supply them with the weapons, we just wasting our time. That's a man who is clued on. That's a man who's, because again, if you listen, if you remember when before Evans was captured, Evan had G-Wagon. Evan lived well in a house in the suburb of Lagos. He was into crime. Crime was his business. He was a kidnapper. You know, he's a southern bandit. Now, in this, he kidnapped his siblings, his brothers, his sisters. You know what I mean? I use collective South. He kidnapped Igbos, Yorubas, and mostly Igbos. People he collected, I think Curtis Cable, where he collected $1 million. $1 million. He had the audacity to collect, and that money was paid in dollars. There are cases where he collected $500,000, 400,000 euros, and you know, but at least you can see evidence of his kidnapping, if there is anything like that. Or, I mean, on a serious note, you can see, you know, element and evidence of him engaging in crime. The same, you know, appears to Wadume. Wadume, that we no longer know the case now. You know, if Wadume is free or if he's still not tried or anything. And so, as someone said last time, that Kiare had issues, that Wadume might actually come out free because he's not been charged by any serious offense. And I responded this morning. I said, true, compare them to Evans. Evans had cars and had houses, and these ones appear to be collectors for big bosses in government. Yes, I said it. Because at the end of the day, these guys appear to be just front runners, running errands for certain people. But who are those people? We don't know. Or we know, we don't want to say them. The government know. The same way this government 6 years ago told us, oh, we came into power suddenly. People are returning billions of naira, dollars, billions. 6 years later, not a single name of those who returned money. Neither the amount returned is made public. Ask them the question, you hear stories. You ask yourself, for how long? For how long shall government be run in this way? Well, am I lying? Let's ask Mr. Laim Mohammed.
Laim Mohammed, welcome to the Cowboy interview.
Thank you very much.
Why would Twitter delete?
See, Mr. Laim Mohammed.
When my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why did they call you Liar Mohammed?
Liar Mohammed, I did not call you Liar Mohammed, but go and ask your 7-year grandson who called you Liar Mohammed. You think you've had it all. Suddenly you hear a governor, Governor Orthom, basically saying that, you know, Governor Orthom's telling us that he has been banned from seeing Buhari. It got me slightly angry because I thought to myself, Orthom, I think, you know, in as much as I understand what Benue is going through, but I think it's time you stop this nonsense. Governor Orthom, I'm being serious. It's time you stop this nonsense. What is the population of Benue? What is the landmass of Benue, for Christ's sake? Benue is larger in population more than some countries in Europe. Even in Africa, Benue alone. You are the president, the CNC, the commander-in-chief and the chief executive officer of Benue PLC. Punct. Stop. Take charge. Who cares if Buhari bans you or not? I mean, does Buhari with 1 month withheld your monthly allocation? Why would you be crying like a baby? The president doesn't want to see me. He's banned me. For Christ's sake, stop the rubbish and go away with governance. Go ahead with governance. If you think what is going to make your state secure is to ban open grazing as you've done, ban it and enforce it. Who doesn't like it? Let him go and bang his head on the wall. Or look for an open transform and do the needful. But here, crying, oh, the president has banned me from seeing him. I mean, when I read it, I felt like, man, I mean, I do understand, but again, for me, it appears you speak more and do less for your people. Speak less and do more for your people. Orthom, Governor Orthom, please, I beg you, what manner of a leader are you? Why would you be crying up and down, oh, Buhari has banned me from seeing him? Ban Buhari from seeing you too. Ban him from seeing you. Watch. Ban Buhari from seeing you as well.
Something in your opening remarks, when you said you had spoken with the president and on a separate occasion, his handlers on a separate occasion. So what was his response when you spoke to him about this?
His response, Mr. President has a set mind. Let me tell you, I have spoken to him personally. And his outing publicly also confirms what he told me. Mr. President believes that for peace to reign in Nigeria, there must be open grazing. There must be provision for cattle routes. There must be provision for grazing areas. And according to him, Mr. President feels that those grazing areas that were enacted, especially in the northern states, and cattle routes, those who have encroached on it, because I raised it with him, and he insisted that those who have encroached on it should be relocated. And that was why I told him that, look, we're no longer in the 50s. We're no longer in the 60s, because the population have overgrown the land that we have. Land is not increasing, but today we have over 200 million people compared to the less than 40 million we had in the 1950s. So there is no way we can talk about open grazing. In my state, for instance, there is no land for open grazing, but there is land for ranching. And this is the global best practice. If we accept this problem will be over. And that is why most of my colleagues, in fact, the entire of my colleagues, irrespective of their party affiliation from the South, accepted that, look, the way to go, it is ranching. Most of the states in the North have also accepted that, look, the way to go, it is ranching. And I have recommended to Mr. President and his handlers that, look, just like we subsidize agriculture and provide subsidy for fertilizer and all that, we can do the same thing for herdsmen, because ranching, it can be a little bit expensive compared to open grazing. So we can actually help these our herders by ensuring that we have subsidy for, in terms of water we provide, because their cattle takes a lot of water, in terms of fees that we provide. And we can devise several other ways. And I can assure you, I'm a farmer, and I know the challenges that we're talking about. I have a ranch, and I know the problems. accompanying this. But at the same time, I know the potentials that we have. This is another way that we can provide millions of opportunities, millions of jobs, and also empower our people who, for now, when they cultivate rice and harvest the straw or soya beans, when they harvest the straw and all that is wasted and it is burnt. This can be turned into feeds. That is what I use in my ranch. And I've been saying that we can do all this. But Mr. President doesn't believe that. So I was not too surprised, but I was disappointed that after the entire country is talking about ranching. You have heard what Raji said, and many other responsible Nigerians who want this to be solved. But because I think Mr. President is pushing me to think that what they say about him, that he has a hidden agenda in this country, it is true, because it is very clear that he wants to Fulanize. And he is not the first person who was Fulani president. Shagari was Fulani president. Yaradua was Fulani president. They were the best president in the history. But President Buhari is the worst president when it comes to issues of security and keeping his promises. Go back and check in 2015. What did he say?
Well. He said the president is the worst president because of insecurity. Get me the telephone. Let's ring President Buhari. Let's bring him in. President, you must speak to us. The telephone is ringing. President Buhari, welcome to Njenje Media TV.
The government has failed to do its principal duty of protecting life or property of all beings inside its territory in Nigeria.
So, I was even before I just picked up, the president has already spoken. You heard it from the mouth of the president, because these are things that people are telling me, calm down. Before DSS jumps my fence. Okay, I'm coming down. I'm coming down. But he's saying it. He says something. Okay, for the fear of DSS, I'm not going to say the following thing I want. Jesus Christ, this is a governor. You see, what I'm saying in essence is, as much as I appreciate that Orthom has been an outspoken governor, Orthom is also failing in delivering dividend of democracy to his people. I appreciate and adore Orthom. I would want my governors to sometimes, not too bombastic, but at least a little bit outspoken as well. Now, but when Orthom says, "Oh, I have been banned from Aso Rock," tell something like that to Wike. He will tell you, that's the type of thing I like. I'll ban you from coming to Rivers. So don't come to Rivers. I don't come to Abuja. But as long as you do not withhold, because if you withhold the money accruing to me, I will withhold anything or disrupt anything that is accruing to the federal government. Then we'll see who will blink first. But here we have a sitting president so eager about implementing 18th century thinking, where everyone is saying, and that's where I know many of you will disagree on this, but that's where I agree with Orthom. Orthom said, understood that this way, changing someone's thinking from being a nomad to moving into ranch. One, it will be capital intensive for them, because before, imagine you have your chicken, you just feed, just like when you have our local chicken and broiler. Your local chicken, in the evening, they will come back. Whatever they eat is not up to you. They will go and be chasing cockroach, looking for rice and everything. But your broilers, you must feed them. What we are talking about is moving away from the way we the way we deal with our local chicken to the way we now do broilers. have them in cages, have them in farms. And in doing that, the grass that might be there might no longer be enough. You need to supplement that with other form of feeding. Grasses that you can do somewhere and sell. And bear in mind that grass can make millionaires. Specific grass, you plant them, they cut them at intervals. There is a way to roll them, and they use them and send them there for this feed. Where I agree with Orthom is there are times that you might need subventions. If what is going to reduce the push for land grab, if what is going to reduce the push for invasion of all the countries will be to seed, not free money now, but to give them certain subventions, be it loan or anything, in order for them to set up. If they set up, even if it means government is going to help to set up some ranches, as long as it's going to bring peace, we must strike a balance between emotional, oh, this is the private business, this is this, leave us, if you want to go and do your ranches. No, we must walk away from that thinking for a moment and say, what do we actually want? If you think that someone is trying to play smart on you, to use them as to take your land, play smart. Give them loan. I am not going to be a party to give you just free money, no. But loan, yes, because loan you will pay back. Loan, you begin to get experts to actually teach them how to do it properly, get vets in, the things you can do. This is modern time, for Christ's sake. And that's where I totally agree with what Orthom says. However, it beats me silly that a president of a federal republic, a republic that is so diverse, will still be pushing for grazing routes. That a president of a diverse nation will still be pushing for a grazing route. It is indeed an absurdity. That's where majority and the school of thought would they say that there is a hidden plan by the president, that he wants to do certain things by virtue, or rather that he wants to push certain agendas. And the only way the president can appear neutral or can run away from these allegation that he's pushing certain agendas is for him to remain and to renegade on these ideas that are not fit for purpose in 21st century. You cannot, in this modern time. You're watching me and you're in Europe. Imagine someone telling you in Germany, there was a time, you can use fee. Wir hatten noch einmal gehabt, damals konnten wir auch aus München zu Fuß nach Hamburg umwandern. What kind of rubbish? You want to take your cows from Munich to Hamburg, or you want to take your cows from maybe from Wales or from Slough or from Basingstoke to Newcastle? Who does that in modern time? You want to take your thing from Maastricht to Amsterdam? Who does that? Who? Honestly, these things it doesn't make sense. It's absolute insanity. But here in Nigeria,
catchy affair, and together we'll be catching the flow of stories.
So many talking points and mouth-watering moments. Meanwhile,
now we talk about that one. Suddenly, we still now come about the same sheikh comes in, says these absurd things about the kids that were kidnapped. As we speak, kids, children, schools are no longer opened in Kaduna and other northern states. Yet, we argue, yet the president is doing nothing. If he's doing something, we don't know. So you need to tell us what he's doing.
Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi faulted Nigerian politicians for hiring private jets to attend the wedding of President Muhammad Buhari's son, while hundreds of school children are languishing in kidnappers' den. Now, the wedding, which top trends on social media platforms, had used question the Islamic police as well, Hisbah, over its silence. Now, there were so many videos that we saw from this wedding, beginning with the video of Mayor Kun's performance. Mayor Kun was actually at the wedding reception, and there were, there was a lot of singing and dancing. With regards to the music, the very controversial Naira Marley song, Coming, which I'm sure we already know has been banned on various platforms because of its explicit nature. It was the toast of the entire ceremony, people singing, dancing. Let's not even begin to talk about the outfits that, we saw at the wedding. So for a lot of people, they feel that the Hisbah police is just cherry picking. This is the same Hisbah police that literally destroyed about over 500 bottles of beer because of its, beliefs. This is the same Hisbah police that has sanctioned people for various things, eating during fasting, wearing certain outfits. Rahama Sadao wore an outfit for a photo shoot, and that outfit, as a result of that, what she was wearing, she was fined. She was asked to step away from Kannywood for a while. She was asked to take down the picture. She was subjected to so much social media scrutiny, she had to take a break from social media. So people are now asking, how is it possible that all of a sudden they are not seeing what is going on here? And then, of course, you have Sheikh Gumi as well speaking about the private jet. I mean, it's no longer news. As much as we might not speak about it so much in detail, there are issues within Nigeria. And for one, I once believed that leadership was a sacrificial job, something that you do.
Arise News and crew, do not bother yourself, because like in Animal Farm, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the other. Hisbah, when they see Southerners selling alcohol, they will get the alcohol, destroy the bottle and anything. People sell clothes with mannequin, they will tell you to chop off the head of the mannequin. That is because if they see, if the mannequin has head and it has boobs, it corrupts people. I'm like, even if when you wear hijab, you don't see boobs anywhere or what, or you just cut your boobs off. All this kind of weird nonsense. People who want to go back in the primitive ages. Now, no one is even talking about, just like they said here, what happened during Buhari's son's wedding. We've seen videos of just, somehow intentionally want to go, avoid such rubbish and nonsense. You see private jets, yet these are corruption fighters. Even during the time of Jonathan, they made you believe that he was corrupt. We didn't see this amount of private jets in one place. Man,
to ensure your people are fine. So how is it possible that in a country where people are being killed in Benue, people being kidnapped, and families are having to sell their lands, their properties, to raise funds to secure the release of their children, we have that? I mean, I'm all for celebration, but just understand why people are upset. These are our leaders compared to the level of standard of living, rather, of the people.
Well, this for me was a moment of tone-deaf ostentation, reminiscent of the Marie Antoinette "let them eat cake," which she actually never said. That's to be historically accurate. But it was believed that she said it. And what happened? Her and her husband were dragged to guillotine and they lost their heads. That's when Governor of Sokoto, Governor Tawa's daughter, the Hisbah sort of overreached themselves by going to seize the musical instruments of the performers at that wedding, and he disbanded them. So I think that's why they have learned where to draw the line. They tend to just now turn to people, poor traders, and destroy their alcohol. Young men with mohawks, that's where they restrain themselves. They know their level.
Well, as for the Hisbah, the hypocrisy is writ large. You recall that when, the latest couple in town, Mohammed
Anyway, I have to join another meeting now. But before I leave us, I'll share the following with us. And this is where you know that your leaders, this is the hypocrisy of our leaders. Now, this is this. This is out of school children. I'll leave us with this. I'll leave us with this. Let's think about it. Out of school children. See, Bauchi has 1.239 million. Let that sink in for a moment. Bauchi. Who is the governor of Bauchi State? You remember? What does it look like? 1.239 million, followed by Buhari's own state, the president. Who has the president helped? The president, has he helped anyone? Look, 878,000 children out of school. In one forum today, in Anambra, we are breaking our head and trying to figure out how we will reach out to these 92,000 people here. 92,000 is like this world is sending with our own money, not with federal government money. But we want to ensure that by the time something like this again is published, that Anambra might not get up to 20 or 10,000. At least it will be those that we cannot. That's the spirit. Damn government. And that's what people do for themselves. But here we are. The home state of the president, 873,633. The same president, when he's sick, he goes abroad and leaves the people to their fate. People, I must run now to join this meeting. Maybe I might come back again. But again, this conversation must continue. Once more, I thank you for joining me. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and stay back and join the conversation that's going to be happening now with Middlebelt. Thank you once more for being part of this conversation. I am still Mazi Ezoke. I say, people remain blessed. Again, it's been my pleasure to have you this evening. Thank you very much once more.